Okay, so shorter video this time. Hey everyone, Metanon here, and today I'll show you how I've been using my tablet for reading mangas and how I'm learning Japanese while doing it. The tablet I'm using here is a Samsung Galaxy Tab A8.4, best tablet for this purpose, by the way. I've been thinking of trying out other 8-inch tablets, but as far as that I found on the internet, this one is still the best for reading comics. You can use any tablet, of course, or maybe your phone, but the reading experience is way better on a tablet for sure. Even a small tablet is better for this than the biggest phone, like let's say the Samsung Galaxy Fold. Anyway, let's get started. The app we're going to use for reading manga is Tachiyomi. You've probably already heard about it if you ever tried to read mangas on your smart devices. But if you have not, let me show you what it can do. As you can see, I already have it installed on my tablet. I'll uninstall it real quick so you can see how it looks freshly installed. Now first, open your browser and just search for Tachiyomi. It's the first link. This app is not on Play Store, so you have to go to their website. Just click download, then install the APK file. Your device may ask for permission to install APK file outside Play Store. If this is the first time you do it, you can figure it out. It's pretty simple. I've done it before, so it doesn't ask me again. Once it's done being installed, just open it so we can start configuring. The first thing that shows up is your manga library, which is empty right now, since I haven't added any title to it. So to begin, click on Browse at the bottom here, then switch to Extensions tab. Here it lists every comic source, which are sites that upload comics on the internet. And this is where this app shines. Without the app, you can just go directly to those websites to read. But what Tachiyomi does mainly is uniting every comic source into a single app. So you don't need to switch between sites to read all the comics you want. There's like a million sources here, so you might want to filter it by pressing on this Google Translate icon on the top right here. You can choose to just show comic sources in language you want to read in. One of the sources I often use is Manga Dex. Just press install and it will prompt you to confirm like you're installing an app. Once it's installed, it will show up in the Sources tab. Press on it and you can start browsing manga titles. They have a fairly complete collection, and the uploading process is pretty newbie friendly. So many translation groups chose to post their works here. As default, they will display series in most popular order. If you want to find some specific kind of stories, press the filter button and it will show various options for you to filter out the type of manga you want. Like, for example, I'm choosing to only show series of mystery genre here. And if you have a specific manga name in mind, you can search for it here. Kemono Shihen. This is a series I've been found out lately. It's alright. Pretty enjoyable though. There's an Add to Library button under the series thumbnail here. Press it and now the manga will show up in your, well, library. And you can now quickly go back to it anytime. There are some options to change how the chapters are listed. I don't find it necessary to change anything except for the chapter order. Another cool feature of this app is to let you migrate the series. I don't actually know what the word means, but after you press it, it will display every related title to this series from all the sources you've installed. So maybe you prefer how the manga is translated from other sources, or if the series is updated faster from some sites compared to others. You can change the source here. By pressing migrate, it will replace the existing manga in your library, and by pressing copy, it will add another title to it. To start reading, just press on the chapter. First time you open a manga chapter, it will promptly display which part of the screen you can press to switch between pages. You can slide to flip pages too. By default, it will be read from right to left, like you know how the original manga is. You can change this though by pressing on the middle and then on the clock icon at the bottom. Here you can change the direction in which you read the manga and the layout of the tab zones to turn pages. I like to choose the candle-ish layout so there's consistency in reading experience between devices. Not that I've ever owned a candle though, but well, I find this layout pleasant for some reasons. You need to also turn on invert tab zones if you want to keep the right to left reading direction in case you also choose the candle layout. There are a lot of settings to customize here, but for the most part, I find it fine to just leave it at default. The app also lets you download the manga chapters onto your device by pressing on this arrow icon here, in case you want to read it later and there's no internet access where you're going to be. You can also download it in bulk with this download button at the top here. Another thing you can do is to press on the web view button, and the app will launch a built-in browser and take you directly to the site that hosts the manga. It's handy in case the app bugs out and cannot load the chapter, or you want to check out the comment section, which some sites have. The comment section is one of the things I love about Manga Dex. It's a shame that they turned it off after some hacking accident in the past though, and seems like they haven't brought it back as of right now. One of the most noteworthy features of this app is the ability to backup and restore app data, which you can access after pressing on the More button at the bottom right. With this, you can bring your manga library with you across devices, and without the need to create any account. By pressing backup, it will create a backup file in the device's storage. You can see it has the create date in the file name here. I already made a backup prior to uninstalling the app, so now I'll just restore it. And there's my manga library. I don't actually read that much though, and it mostly consists of mainstream series. If you have any recommendations, let me know in the comment section, okay? Or maybe I should do manga reviews sometime. is there a market for it? Anyway, just comment. Now you may wonder if this is akin to piracy, reading those comics for free just like that. Well, maybe. But it seems to me that most of the people who do the translating are doing it out of passion. They translating the comics that they loved and sharing it for free. Heck, they even argue with each other who gets to translate the work or even redo the translating even though it's already translated. I don't really understand, but thanks to them, they make the comics available to a vast audience. Many of them are from regions where they have no way to read the comics otherwise. If the comics are available in your country, like in physical form, or if the publishers have them on their official website in your language, you should buy them to support the creator. I don't condone piracy if you can obtain it legally. Many of those sites that post free mangas have the policy to pull off the titles when they are available on official websites of the publishers anyway. Like most of the Shonen Jump's comics. For example, if you search for Boku No Hero series on Manga Dex, you'll see there's no available chapter here. So there's no way to read it for free on those big sites. But this is Tachiyomi. Just go to the extensions tab and search for Boku no Hero. There's like a million different sources here. There's gonna be one for most manga you want. And of course, here it is. Just install it as I already did here and bam! All the chapters for you to read. Also every different version and spin-off series in fact. So those are the most essential things you need to know about the app. There are a bunch of other features like creating categories or parental control, etc. in the more section. It's such a typical thing for those open source apps. There are like a billion things you can customize. You have to explore it yourself though. I already said this is going to be a shorter video. I need to wrap things up before this gets over 20 minutes. So the next topic is how I learned Japanese reading manga. First of all, we need to add a raw manga in the original Japanese version. You can find sources for it by narrowing to only sources in Japanese in the extensions tab. Kids Love is a pretty good one. It has the raw for almost every series I've tried to find. Manga Dex has a Japanese extension too, but there's not many series here. Let's add the raw version of Boku no Hero while I'm at it. So you're reading a manga chapter in Japanese. I'm assuming you already have basic knowledge about the language and the only difficulty for you is learning the kanji characters. Otherwise, this is not a good place to start learning. So you're reading a manga chapter and occasionally there's a kanji you don't know the meaning of. This is when you need to open a dictionary app. There's a ton of Japanese dictionary apps on Play Store. The one I'm going to use is this one called Masi. It has pretty good kanji recognition and is the most important criteria to me. You need to pay a subscription plan to get access to its full features. But even if you don't, it still lets you look up kanji, and that's enough for me. There's ads showing up here and there, that's not a big deal. Now you open the dictionary app and it disrupts your reading experience, yeah? No problem. Next thing you do is pull up the recent tab screen, then tap the apps icon in the recent apps, then select open in pop-up view. And now you have a small dictionary window showing up on top of whatever other app you have opened. And it can be minimized into a small icon you can move around. And that's the reason I was so hell-bent on finding a tablet with good multitasking, and ended up buying the Samsung 8.4 instead of the Kindle Fire 8, which only supports split screen. This is still not perfect though. My favorite is the pop-up window interface of Oppo's ColorOS. When minimized, it turns into a little sidebar, which is way less distracting than Samsung's freaking balloon, whatever you call it. Now in this pop-up view, you can do things like reduce the window's opacity and size to your liking and start looking up the words. Another alternative is just to open the dictionary on your phone, but doing everything on one device is way more convenient, especially if you're reading on a bus or something. So that's it. It turns out to be just about tachiyomi and a dictionary app. Learning Japanese is a way bigger topic that may need a separated video to cover. Hope it is useful to you anyway. Leave a like, maybe a comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you again in the next video.